In the midst of battling serious legal troubles, Lil Durk has reportedly taken matters into his own hands after a shocking betrayal from one of his own, OTF Jam. After allegedly testifying against Durk during an intense police interrogation, Jam was mysteriously beaten just days later. While no evidence directly ties Durk to the attack, the timing, silence, and coded messages from the streets have fans and insiders convinced this was Durk's revenge, served the OTF way. It was supposed to be OTF for life. Loyalty above all. That's what Lil Durk had built his empire on. A brotherhood forged in the trenches of Chicago and strengthened through fame, pain, and pressure. But all of that was shattered when the name OTF Jam came up in a police report. And what followed was one of the most quietly explosive betrayals the hip-hop world has seen this year. Lil Durk has been dancing on the edge of danger for years, balancing his career, family, and countless legal battles. With RICO whispers surrounding his circle and multiple cases haunting him, every move counts. Every word could be the difference between freedom and a cell. That's why betrayal hits different, especially when it's from someone you fed, protected, and raised in your own image. According to insiders close to the case, OTF Jam, an affiliate known for his close ties to Durk and the OTF label, was picked up by law enforcement following an unrelated investigation. While being interrogated, he allegedly cracked under pressure and spilled sensitive details involving Durk's name. No cameras caught it, no audio leaked, but street channels lit up like wildfire. Word was, Jam told. The betrayal wasn't loud. It wasn't on social media. It was whispered, first in Chicago, then in Atlanta, then across every street-connected group chat that even mentioned OTF. People started acting funny around Jam. Eyes shifted. The energy turned cold. And then, without warning, it happened. 3 days after the rumor surfaced, OTF Jam was reportedly attacked by unknown individuals outside a convenience store on the south side of Chicago. The beatdown was brutal. Sources say Jam was left with broken ribs, facial fractures, and multiple contusions. The hospital report didn't name suspects. No one was arrested. No one talked. But everyone had the same thought. Durk did it. Except there's no proof. Not a word from Durk. No tweet. No post. Not even a lyric. Just silence. And that silence is what's making this whole situation louder than any diss track ever could. Lil Durk has always been strategic. He knows when to speak and when to fall back. But if this really was revenge, it was done in the most Chicago way possible. Silent, efficient, and with a message. You don't betray the family. Not under pressure. Not under oath. Not ever. What's even more chilling is the way the streets have responded. There's no sympathy for Jam. No one coming to his defense. Even those who used to ride with him are now pretending they never knew him. It's as if the beating wasn't just physical, it was a statement, a purge, a message from the top that snakes will be handled one way or another. But let's look deeper. Why would Jam fold in the first place? Some say it was fear, that law enforcement offered him deals he couldn't resist. Others believe he was already feeling distant from OTF, and the heat gave him an excuse to turn. A few even think he was being watched for months, and the interrogation was a final squeeze that broke him. Whatever the reason, it doesn't change the result. He talked, and in the world Lil Durk comes from, that's the ultimate crime. What's terrifying about all of this is how easily it could have gone unnoticed. If Jam hadn't been attacked, maybe the whispers would have died down. Maybe Durk would have brushed it off. But now, the incident confirms one thing. Someone, somewhere, decided that Jam needed to be punished. And while Durk's hands are clean on paper, his silence has spoken volumes. This situation puts Durk in a complicated position. On one hand, he has to continue focusing on his defense, his music, and maintaining his image. He's been in and out of courtrooms, fighting to keep his freedom intact. The last thing he needs is more legal heat. On the other hand, he's the face of OTF. If he doesn't act on betrayal, it weakens the entire brand. The message is clear. If you flip, there are consequences. Durk's camp hasn't responded publicly when approached by media outlets. They simply said they have no knowledge of the incident. But that's the playbook. You don't speak on street justice. You let the message deliver itself. Still, fans are divided. Some say Durk should have left alone. That revenge only brings more chaos. Others argue that Jam got exactly what he deserved. You knew what you signed up for. One user posted on Twitter, "Don't switch sides when the pressure hits." Durk just reminded everybody that loyalty ain't optional. The situation has sparked larger conversations in the hip-hop community. How far is too far when protecting your name? Is Durk holding his circle accountable, or crossing a line that could lead to even more destruction? Because let's be real, if Durk is found to have had any involvement in this, it could unravel everything. Prosecutors love narratives. They don't need proof. They need motive, rumor, and social media buzz. And this gives them all three. Durk's legal team is likely scrambling behind the scenes, making sure nothing ties him to the incident. No phones, no texts, no fingerprints, no ties. But in the court of public opinion, the damage or the message has already landed. OTF Jam hasn't spoken publicly either. Rumors say he's laying low, possibly planning to relocate. Others believe he might try to clear his name. But even if he did, would anyone believe him? Once that snitch label sticks, it's nearly impossible to remove, especially in the world of drill music and Chicago loyalty codes.